last light.
Okay, here's the girl they're looking at. I could literally work this particular issue 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Cut your light, cut your light, cut your light. Okay guys, we got a girl westbound, Galt, south side, west of the boulevard.
She looks quite young too, Sergeant.
All right, and let me have
At a guess, she's between 14 and 16 years old. For these hardened officers, the City of Angels rarely lives up to its name.
How can it be we're still seeing child prostitution almost in plain sight?
No, it's not only almost, it's blatantly in plain sight.
Men on the prowl for kids in suburban Los Angeles. This at 8 p.m. on a Friday night.
We've had serial rapists out here who specifically target the prostitutes as their victims.
Residents tell police they often see sex acts being carried out in cars on their streets.
I had one instance where a citizen explained to me that they had their child out here and the child picked up a used condom and was blowing it up like a balloon.
Tonight, highly trained human trafficking detectives will make a number of arrests.
You're being arrested for loitering for solicitation.
Crime Watch Daily joining them undercover, trailing violent armed traffickers.
Hey guys, verify where you saw this possible pimp.
He made a U-turn to go back westbound towards Sepulveda.
And identifying the women and children under their spell.
Okay, he's already here, guys. She unloaded. Okay, get over here in the parking lot, She unloaded. She's walking southbound through the parking lot.
So the operation tonight is targeting Sepulveda Boulevard, what police describe as one of the most infamous and high-volume prostitution tracks in America. Every night here, women are bought and sold, and the grim reality is that many of them are underage.
The planning for the operation begins here, headquarters for the Van Nuys Vice Squad, under the guidance of veteran Sergeant Ron Fisher.
Okay guys, I want to introduce Matt from Crime Watch Daily. He's going to be with us this evening while we're out doing our street enforcement.
How are you, fellas? Nice to
Matt,
meet you.
these are the undercover operators here for Van Nuys Vice. Our goal tonight, which is, as it is always every night, is to rescue victims of human trafficking. We're going to be doing that as safely as we possibly can.
But the reality is these rescue missions are high risk.
How dangerous is it out there on the streets when you're trying to conduct these operations?
The pimps that we're dealing with that are involved in human trafficking, the majority of them are hardcore gang members with lengthy criminal histories who are frequently armed.
Once identified, the pimps will be brought here, and the Johns or customers will be cuffed, charged and processed.
How repentant are they when they get here? You know, are they aware of the fact that what they're really doing is abusing kids?
Sometimes they acknowledge what they're doing is wrong.
The victims themselves, more often than not children, receive a much more delicate reception.
Just last night, we were standing right here dealing with a 17-year-old girl.
They are taken initially to these unlocked rooms where the goal is to extract information about their pimps.
How difficult is it for you guys as investigators to deprogram them and get that information out of them that you need?
There's a trust issue. We are seeing a significant paradigm shift in law enforcement's approach to this problem. And typically, you know, as police officers, you got a problem, we fix it with these things, okay? And I'm telling you that it isn't working.
And that victim-centred approach is top of mind as the undercover officers gear up and prepare to head out on tonight's sting.
Which way are you going to hit them up at? Last time I saw the one with the blue manuscript was in the rear.
Within minutes of leaving the station, detectives have made contact with a number of scantily clad streetwalkers who openly discuss sex.
Roger, 717 is the last light.
Okay, here's the girl they're looking at,
This
right
is the
here.
girl, you can see her.
One of their targets walks straight toward our car.
Okay, she's on the corner, crossing.
And suddenly, police move in for the arrest.
903, Roger.
This young woman tells police her name is special.
At the age of 13, I was kidnapped and involved
It's underage, minor, sex trafficking.
As a 13-year-old,
Yeah, I got kidnapped from my parents.
they forced you to sleep with men for money.
Yeah, I was forced at an underage. I was physically abused, mentally abused.
Police say there's a good chance Special's arrest is being watched by her pimp.
I can guarantee you, if he's out here, he's watching what's going on here right now.
Before long, police also have their sights on a customer who's picked up a possible minor in his SUV.
All right, I got headlights coming up here on Hart, and it's a four-door SUV.
So he's got the young girl in the car with him now.
Yes.
As another team peels off in pursuit of the SUV driver, we tail two undercover officers posing as customers, and they have just been approached by two young women.
And I think one or both of the girls are in the roadway talking to him on the passenger side right now.
Two's still in the car. Two's still in the car.
Yeah, I got him. We are right behind him.
We follow them to a nearby shopping centre parking lot, and then the officers pounce. The two young women are handcuffed and charged with soliciting for prostitution, one of them even happy to pose for our cameras.
This is my job, and I just got busted. This is my choice of life.
Of course.
This is what I'm smart in. Some people's book smart, some people street smart. I happen to be street smart.
Can I ask you whether or not you work with pimps? Is this something that you do independently?
No, I don't, sir. I don't even know what a pimp is.
Police aren't surprised by her claim to work independently. They say 99.9% of trafficking victims are too afraid.
We need to get them in a safe place away from the pimp, away from that influence. And that's really kind of how the ball starts rolling.
There has really been a seismic shift in the way police are approaching this problem. They won't just take these girls and throw them in a cell and leave them there and that's it. They'll actually refer them on to services that might be able to help them get out of the life if that's what they want.
There would be many more arrests in the hours to follow.
Hi dear, what's your name?
I didn't solicit to any
Okay.
officer or
Okay.
anything. All I did was ask for a ride to the bathroom.
The sad faces of a growing epidemic nationwide, young girls ultimately coerced into a life that will forever leave scars.
You could think of it as a mental leash. Well, I had a girl who was 18 years old. However, she had a diminished mental capacity. In fact, she even had a ID card on her for disabled persons. It was like talking to like an 8-year-old. I got angry. I got very angry.
And Sergeant Fisher wants us to get angry too. Angry enough to want to help. Coming up, we're granted rare access to a safe house exclusively for children of the night.
I can tell that they knew that I wasn't over age, you know, they can tell I had like a baby face.
And the relentless Wonder Woman credited with rescuing thousands of children.
Who are these people buying these kids?
They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're politicians, they're movie stars, they're musicians, you name it. I had a little boy tell me, a 14-year-old boy, that a man picked him up on the streets, took him to his home, walked him past his wife and his 2 young children into the back bedroom and had sex with him.
That's ahead on Crime Watch Daily.